Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. I hope you're all strapped in for tomorrow. Honestly, I've never been so weirdly unexcited but nervous at the same time for a game against Leeds at home. I don't know. This is the point we've got ourselves to. Absolutely incredible that we are... Let's face it, we're shaking. We're shaking right now. We're shaking for Leeds. That's what it's come down to. Although I'm going to give you my analysis and all of that very, very shortly. We're going to start off with a little bit of news as well in terms of what has happened today and how that transitions into what we heard in the press conference. And then I'll give you my lineup and then I'll give you my score prediction. Oh man, okay, this is going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. I hope all of you are well. Make sure, before we get started, social media links in the description. Make sure you follow me on those. Twitter and Instagram both are there for you to enjoy. Much appreciated. Twitter, I'm giving up basically, constant updates and my opinions on the latest. That's coming in thick and fast because Chelsea Football Club has so much to say about it right now, for good and for bad. Actually, no, for bad. And my Instagram is there just for any pleasure. So, make sure you're following on those. Let's get cracking. So, let's start off with a bit of news, right? I've got some quotes made by Matt Law, Fabrizio, all of that today. And we're going to get right into what Matt Law has had to say. And this is revealing, let's say. This is revealing. We're now starting to uncover bit by bit. And the picture is starting to become more clear and clear as day goes on. Clearer and clearer and clearer. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting with this. Thomas Tuchel had not taken kindly to his tactics and team selections, or sections that was meant to be selections, being questioned, and his fate was sealed in the following days after the 3-0 defeat to Leeds. Tuchel's only regret is he had unfinished business with Chelsea. Goes on to say, it is questionable whether or not Chelsea could allow Potter to manage the Dortmund game should Leeds complete the double over CFC this weekend. A defeat or even failure to win would make it difficult for Boehly and Eghbali. So we got to start off with that Thomas Tuchel stuff, because this is, as I said, it's revealing. Starting to uncover bit by bit, and the picture's starting to become more clear. Thomas Tuchel had not taken kindly to his tactics and team selections being questioned, and then his fate was sealed in the following days after a 3-0 defeat to Leeds. So his tactics and his selections were questioned. He clearly had turned around to, I'm assuming, Todd Boehly, because Eghbali and Tuchel still had a relatively decent relationship. You could see the handshakes and all of that in the videos, no problem. But him and Todd Boehly, completely cut. So clearly him and Todd fell out. Todd is questioning Thomas Tuchel's tactics, selections and all of that. I mean, unless you're, trying to actually learn, you're asking questions, you're a top manager, you're successful, you've won all of this for the club, fantastic. I want to get more of an understanding. Can you tell me how you think? What do you do? And all of that. And I might have some questions, I might have some ideas, right? And I'll maybe put them across. But Thomas Tuchel is a sort of guy that's very understanding. Let's have it right. We know Thomas Tuchel, at least to a relative extent. We know the way he conducts himself. We've seen him in press conferences. We've seen him answer certain questions and how he does it. It's only if you piss him off, right, with a stupid question, does he flip at you sometimes, or he might, It's like when he was constantly getting bombarded about the sale and constantly getting bombarded about politics and Russian sanctions and all of that. And he flipped. He's like, I'm not a politician. I'm a coach. Let me coach. And rightfully so, He's not the spokesperson of Chelsea's political matters, It's got nothing to do with that. So he flipped, rightfully so. Thomas Tuchel will be understanding. Yet here we're being told by Matt Law that he didn't take kindly to his tactics and team selections being questioned by Todd Boehly. Surely. Well, what's Todd trying to do then? Why is he doing that? Because after that, it took one loss. This is where I don't understand. How badly did it really go between them? It took one loss. We had not lost yet. We lost the one game against Leeds, 3-0 at Elland Road. Remember, we lost 3-0. That was it. One loss, boom. Thomas Tuchel's fate is sealed. He's getting sacked. And then it took us to win against Everton, took us to lose against... who did we lose to? We lost 2-1, didn't we? We won 2-1, we lost 2-1. I think we won 2-1 again to West Ham. And then we lost to Dynamo Zagreb, and then he got sacked. But one loss for his fate to be sealed. Thomas Tuchel, one loss. Graham Potter, 2 wins in 16. 2 wins in 16. Todd Boehly wants to back this guy. I mean, let's actually get more into it. Let's get more into it because there's this is what's going to shock you. If you haven't seen this already, this is what's going to shock you. Check this out. Boehly is believed to be among those most supportive of Potter behind the scenes, and at least for the time being, believes a change of boss would set the team's development back. Luis Enrique has already been tipped as a potential replacement for Potter, but insiders have suggested there is currently no interest in him. So it's Graham Potter is being backed somehow still by Todd Boehly. But somehow. Absolutely incredible. And I'll show you this because this has come from the Daily Mail earlier on in the same article. Chelsea divided over Graham Potter's future ahead of crunch period. Crucially, Todd Boehly among those who want to stick by Potter at all costs. But that is not a view that is universally held at the club. And when they mention universally held, they mean that there are members on the board that are split. And there are players that are split. So this is what I'm saying. We're at a point now where the dressing room is divided. We're at a point now where the boardroom is divided. What happens when a dressing room's divided? Please answer the question. You watching, what happens? I'll wait. I'll wait. It's over, bruv. It's over. The manager's cooked. It's finished. You're done. Goodbye. Goodbye. No matter how good or how whatever. Unless if the club literally calm down, like I think what they've done at PSG. The board, everyone comes down to the dressing room and goes, listen, this isn't going to fly. This manager is staying, whether you like it or not. But that's what's needed. That's clearly not what's going on here. Right? Because players have an opinion. And the power, no matter... This is the thing. I'm against player power. Right? When it's collectively used to oust someone out of their choice, right? But we have to be realistic here. Who's on the pitch? Who has the control? Who has the power when it comes to influencing a result? It's the players. The manager can get a squad to play when they're completely onside to how he wants them to play. And that might be successful, that might be a complete failure. But when it's a success, everyone's behind the manager. It's a beautiful block. The manager gets praised. The players are doing everything he wants. And everyone's flipping lovely jubbly, winning trophies, success everywhere. It's fantastic, right? But if there's certain opinions that start to divide, and there's certain members in the team that are like, oh, no, I'm not really bothered about this. He doesn't know what he's doing. What happens when he's played? Because you never know. Maybe there isn't a choice. Maybe he's one of the best players. Maybe he's a senior player. Maybe he's got to play. He's on the pitch. He doesn't give 100%. Loses the ball easily. That might lead to a goal. Misplaces a pass. Isn't really bothered to run back and chase it. Tries to go for something that he wouldn't normally go for just to take the risk because he doesn't care. Might as well go for it. I'm not really bothered. Where normally he wouldn't. He'd rather go short. Those sort of things are what influences a result. It means that you lose possession easy. It means that you don't track back, you don't defend. You might leave space. You might leave opportunities for the opposition. You concede and boom, you've lost. This is how players, no matter how much you like it or you hate it, players have the power. That is just how it is. That's just how it is. That's how it is. And it's up to the manager to stamp the authority to get all of them on side. You've got to win them. You've got to win them and get them all on board. That is what you have to do. And you have to back that up with results, because if the players start seeing that if they listen to you, they win, they're going to listen to you. They're going to, this guy knows this guy knows what he's talking about. Even if he's strict and disciplined, but he gets the best out of you, as a professional, you're going to go, he's doing it for the best. He's doing it for our best. He's doing it in our interests, right? They're not stupid. So this is where, if there's already a split opinion, he's finished. And on the board, bruv, look, I'm guessing, right? My opinion, this is my opinion, strictly my thoughts. I'm guessing Christopher Vivell is on board with us. I'm guessing Christopher Vivell doesn't want Potter here. This is how I'm assessing it. Even my gut feeling, I reckon even Eghbali could be looking at this and going, nah, mate, I'm not sold. Todd Boehly is the one who's backing this, bruv. Todd Boehly, we know 100%, as it's been deemed, is backing Potter at all costs, as quoted. At all costs. But, mate, I hope you understand what at all costs means, mate. I'm not willing to go to the Championship. Just saying. I'm not. But right now, that's where we're heading. He has to go. He shouldn't be in charge for tomorrow. Graham Potter should not be in charge for tomorrow. But let's give a benefit of the doubt, I guess, right? Because I definitely don't want him in charge for Dortmund. Now, Fabrizio Romano, not long ago, just about an hour and a half ago, came out with this. Chelsea versus Leeds is crucial for Graham Potter. It's like a final. Chelsea have to win. Chelsea are internally exploring the causes of this current disaster. Listen, there's nothing to explore. There's nothing to explore. Everyone and their mothers can see. We don't need Sherlock Holmes to come and save this one. The problem is Graham Potter. Done. Done. Mystery solved. No need to bring Scooby-Doo. Leave him in the van. It's Graham Potter. Done. Get rid of Graham Potter. Problem's gone. It's that straightforward. It's that straightforward. And it's clear as crystal clear as day for everyone to see. I don't know how Todd Boehly has this magic faith, blind faith in him. I mean, at this point, he's in denial. I'll be honest, he's in denial. As I've said, Eghbali, I'm not quite sure what side he's leaning on. I think he's a bit hesitant. I think Christopher Vivell, our director, isn't on board. That's my gut feeling and my analysis, how I see the situation. Because you got to remember, Vivell came long after Potter. He found Potter here. I think straight away he's probably gone, nah, you're not it, mate. So we'll wait and see. But tomorrow looks like it's D-Day. Looks like Chelsea have to win. So this leads me on to the preview for tomorrow. This leads me on to, what we should do, I guess. Well, at this point, there's not really much to talk about in terms of tactics or how do we beat Leeds. Listen, tomorrow we're going to need to bring the things that we've not been showing for the last 3-4 months. That intensity, that drive, that willingness to go at 100 miles an hour at all costs, to go at 250% at all costs, to get into every single challenge at all costs, to press aggressively at all costs, at all costs for those things, not at keeping Graham Potter. Absolutely. It's Leeds we're playing here. Graham Potter in his press conference, he's even said it himself. We know that they're known for their intensity. Bloody hell, you know the word intensity. That's great to see. Okay, well, how come we don't see any in this Chelsea team? When you look at players that we know have it in them, and then you're looking at the new signings that you'd think have just arrived at a club would show it too. There's nothing, bruv. There's nothing. This is where you look to the gaffer. Leeds tomorrow, my prediction, are going to run us off the park. And if there was still something to salvage, if there was still a belief that Graham Potter might be the guy, right? I would expect a result tomorrow. I would be coming on here and going, nah, listen, guys, it's Leeds. And even right now, because look, I've said this countless times, I feel like a flipping answering machine on repeat. Chelsea are not rubbish. This squad is not rubbish, man. Do me a favour, this squad is not crap. It's just not. Look at the names and look at the quality there is there, mate. This is a team that at home, even on a bad day where everyone's got the flu, should be beating Leeds that are fighting relegation. But this is where the circumstances flip on us, because you can't disrespect the teams that are fighting relegation. We're going to be at that point soon, don't worry. Leeds, as they already did beat us, and that was under Thomas Tuchel, they beat us 3-0. You best believe they're coming tomorrow with a point to prove, to try and get 3 points, because they are desperate, they are hungry, they need the points, and they've got a new manager that's getting them in line. Beautiful timing, that, isn't it? Beautiful timing. And they know, look, this Chelsea team, look at them. They are brittle. Show them you're there for the first 10 minutes and they will collapse. We're at that point now where players will collapse. I've not said that word. I've not said that word since 2015-16. The players collapse. They just collapse. One bad thing, collapsed. One loss of possession, collapse. About to concede the goal, collapse. You know, this is what it's got to. So I'm not expecting anything tomorrow. No way. I honestly do look at this game and think, yeah, Chelsea should be winning this. And as I've said, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea did win tomorrow. I just wouldn't. Because the quality is there, man. The quality, sometimes individuals can just win a game, right? I honestly think that is a possibility. So it could happen. But I just think, look, the circumstances, the lack of form, there is no form. Not lack of form, there is no form. Potter and his lack of authority, lack of control, injuries, I'll get to that in a sec. Everything, results, no confidence. Leeds relegation team now. They're gonna come all guns blazing with nothing to lose. This is looking like an L. It's just looking like it's gonna be a loss again. It really just looks like it's gonna be a loss. In terms of the injuries, Graham Potter did mention apparently Reece James has a tight hamstring, so he's going to be doubtful, which means he's not playing tomorrow. Doubtful at Chelsea means you ain't playing. So there's that, because he's definitely going to at least be saved for Dortmund. If he does play that, I don't expect him to play that either, because it is what it is. Mason Mount is out. Apparently he's got lower abdominal pain, so he's out. Kante's still not back. Mendy's still not back. We know that. And who else is out? There is another guy. Oh, Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva's out for 6 weeks. So we know that already. Leads me on to the team selection. Now, this team selection isn't really important at this rate because, as I've said, it goes beyond team selection now. This has gone to a level where it's just about everything up here. And it's about players really wanting it. The players are now in a situation where, as I said earlier, when it comes to the player power, when it comes to power, these players know that they are in a situation that if they don't get a win tomorrow, Potter's gone. Or there's a good possibility now that even Todd Boehly would be forced by the rest of the board and everyone in there going, look, this cannot continue now. We're done. We have to shut it now. There is no choice. Even Todd Boehly would go, yo, I love you, but I don't have a choice. You know, Todd Boehly will probably be knocking on Graham Potter's door and going, look, I'm really sorry. I really don't want to. I'm just really sorry. I don't want to do this, but I'm afraid. I've been outvoted. Look, I can't do anything. I'm sorry. Here's your P45. Like, that's probably what's going to happen. So when that happens, the players know that they have the power. If the players want to down tools tomorrow, they will. If the players want to show up, they will. It's up to the players. Because Graham Potter, best believe, has lost all control and lost the dressing room. So it's up to the lads. Tomorrow is up to how the lads want to play. That's the performance we're going to get. Whether they want it or whether they don't. So let's get into the team selection. As I said, this is going to be very straightforward. Check this out. This would be my team. I'm going straight to it. There's no point in terms of going man for man as I normally do in terms of a tactical analysis or who would be best in what position against what player. Look, Leeds are coming on smoke. Chelsea are coming on not even a puff, right? And this is the team that I would go to. I know I'm hearing many people go to the back three. Listen, Chelsea's problems right now go beyond a formation. We could play back four. We could play back three. We could play back six. We could play back 1, back 2, back 10, back 80. We could bring an entire West Stand in front of the goal. It's the same scenario. This has gone beyond tactics. This isn't about tactics. This has gone far past that. If this was tactical, it should be very easy and straightforward to sort out. It'd be very easy to find a solution. Well, not very easy, but the solutions are on the table. There is no solution on the table except one here. Get rid of Graham Potter. This is it. This has gone beyond systems. This isn't about a system. This is about players looking lost. This is about players genuinely either if they're baffled or they don't want to play or they're not motivated or or Graham Potter just doesn't know what to do and then get the best out of them. If the connection's been lost, relationships broken down, whatever. Lack of confidence. Some players might be scared. Like, this is what it's got to. It's not gone to a matter of back three, we're going to win 5-0. No. You'd think, look, I'll explain. Honestly, if we went to a back three or to a back five, if you do want to say back five, three and the two wing backs, right? One, Reece James isn't there, so who's playing right wing back? Tell me. Someone will probably say play Loftus-Cheek there. Great. But if we went to that, best believe it would be a scenario where we would be even more defensive. We need to score. We need to win games. You know? We actually need to throw men forwards to actually try and create and try and actually put the ball in the net. A back three is going to prevent us of one attacking player as compared to this. We would have 3 frontmen and the 2 midfielders that would have to try and bomb forward but get back in time in order to protect and defend. It's not too defensive, but the back 3 is slightly more defensive than going to a back 4. And right now, we don't even need a draw. We need a win. So I don't see how even the back 4, we're brittle. We're not even brittle in terms of conceding. We actually do a good job defensively. And I feel like this is definitely still good enough. But going forward, we don't know how to play football anymore. We can't pass, we can't shoot, we can't do anything. We can't, but it's not we can't. We can, this team can, this team is capable. Graham Potter does not have an idea on how to sort it out. He hasn't got a clue. That's just how it is. So I would play this team. Chalobah at right back because we haven't got a right back now. Aspie's out, Reece James is now out. Chilwell at left back. Fofana to step in for Thiago Silva alongside Badiashile. Straightforward for me there. If Koulibaly's in that team sheet and Fofana isn't, or Badiashile isn't, then there's a problem because Badiashile outside, away from Thiago Silva, has been our best defender. So there's that. I would go Denis Zakaria and Enzo Fernandez in the double pivot. For once, please. That would be good balance. We saw a little bit against Spurs, but not enough. 10 minutes? 15 minutes? Come on. Kovacic is available, but him and Enzo, as I said, does it really make a difference? All I'm talking about now, does it really make a difference? But Kovacic in place of Zakaria, I would rather have Zakaria in terms of as a DM and to provide some balance. At least some license for Enzo to go forward. Felix, Madueke, Mudryk to play, because Mudryk needs to play, man. Look, if we want this player to adapt and to actually get better each game, he needs to play. It's as simple as that. And I'm not even blaming him in terms. He's coming to a situation where he's coming to a club that's an absolute mess. And he's having to adapt. So, you know what? I'll cut him some slack. Mudryk, I think, will actually turn into a really good player under the correct management. Give him a good elite manager. I think Mudryk will slap. I really think he'll bang. So there's that. Madueke on the right hand side, not Ziyech, please, because Ziyech, as much as I do like him, he shouldn't be here. He should be in Paris. His head's not going to be here. He's not going to be given 100%. That's an example that I mentioned earlier of a player that he's not fast. He's not fast. He'll play, but he's not given 100%. Doesn't have to. That is the problem. Shouldn't play. Madueke should play. And Aubameyang, because I thought he'd play against Spurs, came on after we conceded the second. He should get a start with all these guys behind him and let's see what he can do. At least. And if it doesn't work, then bring on Fofana. But for the love of God, do not bring on Kai Havertz, man. And this is where it goes back to Graham Potter. What in the blue hell is he doing playing Kai Havertz for 90 minutes against Tottenham? It's ridiculous. That's my starting 11, or for whatever it could be. Anyway, here it is. That's my starting 11. But these decisions are completely abnormal. Doesn't make sense. It looks completely clueless. And now we're at a situation where, not expecting much for tomorrow. But we'll see what happens. Let me know your score prediction down below. My score prediction... I have to be honest with you, yeah? My head is actually telling me Chelsea might get a 1-0 win tomorrow. It sounds crazy. But it could be one of those scenarios where maybe Leeds have a bad day. Who am I kidding? Honestly, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know what's going to happen. But my heart is telling me Chelsea are going to lose. My heart is telling me we're going to see the same thing once again. We might get the first 5-10 minutes where it looks like, the players might be stepping up, and then everything will fade. Everything will fade like a balloon with a hole in it. It'll just shrink into nothing. And that's what I think is going to happen. I think Leeds are going to come with intensity, aggressiveness, constant going in for challenges, winning the ball, keeping control. I think Leeds are going to come with a point to prove. And that's why I don't think it'll be a huge win. It could be a 1-0, a 2-1. If it's a really bad day, 2-0 to Leeds. But I think maybe a 1-goal deficit to Leeds and we lose at the Bridge. That's how I honestly maybe think it's going to happen. But logically, I can't help but think it's Chelsea. The quality's there. We'll win. I can't help but think. So I'm conflicted. Let me know down below. Much appreciated. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. I will be here after it's all said and done to give you my thoughts. Make sure you tune in. And good luck to us. Enjoy the game. We're about to enter hell again, so enjoy it. I'll see all of you tomorrow. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. And I'll see you tomorrow after the game. Let's see how it goes. I wish all of you and me the best of luck. nothing more to say. See you after the game. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care. And peace.